Hey traders, this is Successful Trading Zone here, just chilling by the poolside. I am trying to record a video on how to use Webull chart options. So that somebody asked me recently, hey, we have a chart of options on Power Etrade. So does Webull offer the same type? So we are going to be able to show you exactly how you can go about if I can come back here on me, how to go about using the option chart on Webull. And since Webull, especially on Webull app, right, where it's mobile, you can actually study the chart of the option before you get into the position. So without any further ado, let us go ahead and go into Webull and show you how to use a chart of an option. All right, so here we are. I am currently using Netflix. Netflix earnings are going to be released in about 20 minutes, but that's another story for another day. So this is the view that we want to get at. So before that, let me actually show you step number one of the display on of the option chain on Webull. It's a little bit they just added this one. This one is a different version compared to the classical one. So how do you go about actually obtaining this one on here, which they call, I think, the list version of the option chain on Webull? So I click on here, and these are the option list settings, right? So here, for instance, one of the things that traders usually are getting confused, especially beginner traders, they ask me, hey Alex, I cannot see this strike price, because sometimes here, if you go and select, let's say, a smaller number of strike price, then you may not see everything. So I always have it set to all. That's where we can actually see everything. So that's on the strike price on the, let's say, maybe if I put 50, and then 50 will show up on there, and then I go back to all again. In terms of expiration on here, the feature on here, regular, weekly, quarterly, I mean, you select all of them, and then that's definitely okay. The list view is what I'm talking about. So these are the two types of looking at options. So let's go to the straddle view. The straddle view is where you have your data per columns. Let's look what it looks like. So you see on here, so I have the strike price to the left, I have the bid, I have the ask, I have the last, I have the percentage change. Then I have to slide to look at the mid price. And then if I want more columns, guess what? It's going to be a little bit difficult. And actually, let me show you where you can add more information. So these are the columns that I have visible on here. So like you see implied volatility, I would like to see it, but I couldn't see it on that view. Open interest, delta, theta, and the change on the volume, I couldn't see them. There are even more of them that are shown as available but are not displayed. But now all of this can be saved, right? Can be changed. So let me just save that, those that I want. But now, instead of looking at the straddle view, again, the straddle view is, let's go back here to the straddle view, is this view per column where you're looking at your strike price. Here I'm looking at the put side. You can decide to look at the call side on here, or you can decide to look at both of them simultaneously, right? So one will be on the left hand side, the other one will be on the puts are on the right hand side here, the calls on the left hand side. So for Netflix, expiration on October the 22nd, those of you who are right now gambling 3 minutes before the closing on here, it will be interesting what's going to happen. If you ask me my opinion, I'm bearish, but I don't trade before earnings, right? I don't trade before earnings for the very reason that I'm going to show you right now. So let's say the stock is literally flat, right? So but let me come back to that. Let's go back and look at the list style, right? Look at the list style, what it's going to give us. And here, let me just stay on one side. If you want, I'm on the list style now. Look at all the information is listed here nicely for us. And I can even look both at calls, puts and calls simultaneously on here. We could look at them simultaneously, but we didn't have all of the other indicators. My point on here, let's go on the put side and let me show you something here as just to take an opportunity. This is not really the purpose of the video, but this here to remind you from the previous video that I made a couple of days ago, right? Why we don't trade options before earnings. My friend, look at this here. This stock, it's down minus 0.4, which means it's flat. But I can show you options on here. Let's say these puts, they're up 40%. How is that possible, folks? Implied volatility, folks. So you take a screen capture of this right now, implied volatility, and I did already. So tomorrow when the market opens, regardless of which direction that Netflix actually moved, the implied volatility will drop tremendously. But this even give us a strategy that I haven't really employed that much. Leading into earnings, if you were to buy some of these, guess what? Like this morning, you're making 100% on these option, folks, and the stock is flat. We are 2 minutes before the market closes, 12:58 Pacific time, and this stock is flat. Yet the puts, they are paying nicely on here. I've seen this before on AMZ and other stocks. This is a technique that we use. But back here to my point. The point here for us is to be able to view on this a list view of the option chain on inside of Webull to look at option this way. We can quickly go on the call side, and same type of information. We have the last, the change, the mid price, the break-even point, the implied volatility here, the open interest, the delta and theta, as well as the volume. So now, how do you get, this is where we're going to go to the option chart for each one of these strike price. You just click on here on calls, and this screen comes in. It shows you that, hey, as if you want to buy the Netflix 555 puts. Yeah, these are the puts for expiring on October 22nd. You just click on next, and this is the option chart chain of this. Oh, I'm on the call side here. I may have to go back, but let me show you just here. This is the chart. This is so these are very expensive, folks. They are up $90. So I want you to be on the put side. So how do I do that here? I just come back here, go to the puts. So this puts on here. I click back here, puts, then next. Here we go. Here's your chart for, and the price has been coming down here over the day. The day that you see here is October 1st. But if I go in and say 5 minutes, look at what this contract has been doing the entire day. Mind you, the stock did not move at all. The stock for the Netflix stock didn't move at all. We just show how it was flat the entire day, almost, right? You could have entered this for 38 cents here and just sold it minutes ago for 88 cents. I don't know what's for 100, well, more than that, 118% gain. This is what this is telling you. And you can bring the screen in to see how this has been moving since let's say the 18th of October. Today we're on the 19th, and on the 5-minute interval, this is what it is. You can put it on the 1-minute interval or daily, but this is a nice way of showing how to use an option chart on Webull Mobile app. So this is something that we really will be using, because now, since you have it on your mobile, obviously you can study this, just like you can study the movement of this. So you can put it on a daily, for instance, and you can see here the price has been coming down recently, right? So this, let's go do maybe another stock on here. It doesn't matter if the market is closed, you can still do that. So the market just closed literally a minute ago. So let me go here and pick, let's say LVS. LVS will be having the earnings tomorrow. So I click on option, and when I get into option, again I have my list view. I click on puts. I click on the 43 puts here, and then next. And I'm getting this chart. Let's see if I put it on a 5 minutes. This one, it doesn't have that much volume, so let's go pick something with a lot of volume, right? Because you can see here the volume was 6. So in order for the charts to really be meaningful, we need to have volume. So let's go here. The 40 puts here, they had a 1000 volume. So when we go there, the chart's going to give us something. Here we go. Here's our 5-minute chart on how the 40 puts are traded today on LVS. And if I want the daily, this is how the price has been coming down. On the right hand side, you have the percentage move, and on the left hand side, you have the raw dollar. And then this is your order ticket. They just put it, so the order ticket here for those who do not know how to trade option on Webull app. We have an article, how to trade option on Webull on successful trading. I absolutely recommend you to read that. Why? Because the next video that we are going to be doing, I'm going to be answering a classic question on option trading, which is how to pick a strike price. So the technique is already revealed in that article, again on my blog called How to Trade Option on Webull. But today we wanted to show you how to use an option chart on Webull app. I hope that you enjoy this, and we can't wait to see you on the next episode. So until then, safe trading tomorrow on Netflix. We are going to be trading Gangster Trade on it. No need to gamble on it, and we will keep you posted on how it went. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening wherever you're watching from. We wish you adieu with by the poolside with the flag over there. We talk to you later. Bye bye.